Mrs. Bantry said that your wife stared at the picture and her face froze, said Miss Marple. The picture is religious, but it is also of a happy mother with her child. Isn't that true, Mr. Rudd? Yes, that's true. I understand now, said Miss Marple. I understand quite well. The whole thing is really very simple, isn't it? The doorbell rang below. There was a sound of voices. I know that voice, said Miss Marple. It's Chief Inspector Craddock. He wants to see you too. Would you mind if he joined us? We have to understand how everything happened. I thought you said it was simple. It was so simple that one just couldn't see it. Miss Marple looked at Jason Rudd. I think you know how simple it is. The new butler brought Craddock up the stairs. You, said Craddock in surprise when he saw Miss Marple. What are you doing here? I was saying to Mr. Rudd that everything is very simple, said Miss Marple. But one has to look at things in the right way. When my friend Mrs. Bantry heard Heather Badcock speaking to your wife on the day of the fete, she saw a strange, frozen look on your wife's face. It reminded her of a poem about the Lady of Shalott. The Lady of Shalott knows that something terrible is going to happen to her. But your wife wasn't looking at Heather Badcock. She was looking at that picture, she pointed. At a picture of a laughing, happy mother holding up a happy child. Something terrible was going to happen, but not to Marina Gregg. It was going to happen to Heather Badcock. Could you make yourself a little clearer? Asked Craddock. Of course, said Miss Marple. You don't know what Heather said to Marina Gregg, because nobody has told you what she actually said. But they have, said Craddock, again and again. You know the story, said Miss Marple, about how Heather Badcock got up from her bed and went to meet Marina Gregg. But you didn't hear the most important thing. Heather Badcock was ill in bed with German measles. German measles? How is that important? Mrs. Bantry said Heather had been ill in bed with chicken pox, said Miss Marple. Mr. Rudd said that it was flu, but of course he said that intentionally. He knew that it was really German measles.